Hey y'all, it's Alicia. Welcome back. Welcome back to Alicia's Crafty Hoplop. And you have to forgive my appearance. I actually am re-recording this video, so it comes up on Thursday morning. Happy Thursday, y'all. If you're new here, welcome. And to my returning folks, you know I'm off to the doctor this morning and then off to work. Forgive my hands, folks. I ended up working a little longer than an hour. And I'm telling you, I'm the slowest maker. But I'm going to share with you what I've been working on. It's a labor of love, and it gives a bit of a sneak peek to Jelly Bean and Carmen, but I don't mind because I'm really obsessed with these, and I'm so excited to share them with you. So y'all know I did that favorite Valentine's Day videos, and even though I'm not doing Valentine's Day crafting, one of the things I am inspired to make for Jelly Bean and Carmen and some of the challenges were these little heart banners. And y'all saw if you watched that series that I put together, you'll notice that there was a series, in that series, there was a video that had heart banners and a heart banner project share. Now, granted, mine looked nothing like the ones that the person made because she was doing it kind of like more clean and simple and modern, and I did a vintage series and a shabby series. But I got the idea. I was inspired to make these by that project share. There we go. Now you can see it. Forgive my fingers. I got so much tattered angels on me right now. I'm glittering everywhere. Okay, and I'm also being quiet because I don't want to wake up my neighbors. It's late here. I don't even want to tell you what time it is. And y'all know I'm getting up early for the doctor. All right, guys. I love the shabby ones. I'm a little bit obsessed with these right now. A little bit obsessed. They're a labor of love. I'm going to tell you, these take me, I can only do one a night. I'm not kidding. That's how slow a maker I am. I'll tell you a little bit about how they're made so that you can see. I'm going to show you the back. That'll give you an idea. So basically what I do first is I choose my paper and I punch out 4 hearts. And just using my regular punch, this one. This plain old one I got at the Hobby Lobby at 40% off. So I punch out 4 of those. Now I chose to use for this particular series the Prima Love Story pad that I'm so crazy about. And then, because I wanted them to be thicker but not chipboard thick, I punched each heart out like 3 times. Can you see that? And then I glued them together so that they become thick like chipboard. Once I do that, then I attach them together so they form this little banner across. And then I cut a thin strip of chipboard that is hidden so you don't see it when you look at it, because I didn't want you to see it, but I wanted to make it more sturdy. And then I covered that strip of chipboard up again with the paper, just because I don't like the back to look messy. All right, so then I've got my 4 hearts together. Then what do I do next? Well, I made another one of these hearts, again using this punch. I cut out 4 out of 110-pound cardstock, joined them together with glue, then attached a piece of this Prima paper, and then I distress stained it, and then I wrapped it in pearl garland. This pearl garland, actually, that Miss Marilyn sent me, because it's the holographic-y one that's smaller than the one I have, and I like it a lot more for this. So I wrapped it in that. Then on the next one, I scrunched up some of that Hobby Lobby, mint green ribbon that we all love. I have it here to show you. It's this one, folks. So I just cut a little snippet off, and I scrunch it up, and I attach it with fabric tack, and then I cut apart a ticket from the Flourish collection paper pad. Just one little ticket. This I didn't put on chipboard because this is already so thick. I didn't need to. And I laid that down with fabric tack, added a little pearl. Now this little one here, this first one, that's a little tricky. So for this one, believe it or not, using the inexpensive stack from the Hobby Lobby, which is like the glitter stack, guys. It's this paper. It's that thin glitter that you can cut with a die cutter or a punch. So the first thing I did was I cut out a heart out of it, and this one is the purple glittery because it all matches. And then using my punch, I cut not my die. I have snowflake dies, but using my punch snowflake, I cut up 2 or 3 snowflakes, and I put them together in such a way that they look like sprigs, because y'all know I break sprigs. So I use snowflakes to look like sprigs. So it's more like a Mexican folk art style heart, the way that I adjust them over the snowflakes so you can't tell it's a snowflake. Then on top of that, I layered a piece of Prima that I cut out with a small Fisker squeeze punch. Where is that one so I can show you? It's a teeny one, this one. These are a little easier on your hands, folks. You know what's funny? They're easier on your hands, so those of us with hand issues, these are easier to use. Sorry about that. That was a little piece of chipboard. But I'll tell you something. On thicker cardstock, they don't cut out half as well as these inexpensive Hobby Lobby ones. These things can cut. It's actually really impressive. So these are the Fiskars ones that everyone loves, but I actually don't love them for doing thicker materials, but they are easier on your hands. All right, so I cut out Prima and 110-pound cardstock again. See, it's like chipboard. And attached them together, distress stained it, and then added the pearl on top. And that is the Shabby banner. But making one of these takes a whole night for me. That's so slow I am. That took, like, I do one a night. So imagine if I want to give 2 to people, that's 2 nights just to make one of these. And then the vintage one looks real different. Where did I just put that down? I'm telling you folks, when I get a little sleepy, my brain gets foggy. All right, here we go. The vintage one is made the exact same way but decorated very differently. So this was made the same way with the snowflake, the glittery cardstock, the layering up of 2 pieces so it's like chipboard. But then over here, I fussy cut out a feather that is stamped with writing. I have that package somewhere so I could show you. I think I got it for 49 cents at the Hobby Lobby last year, the sale. And so I just cut up the feather and inserted it there. That is a little stamp, but it's a wood piece. And at first I distress stained it, but I didn't like it enough. So then I did a little rub of copper and gold all over it and then distressed it again. And then I liked it much better with the palette. And then over here I layered up. I got to be careful. I'm allergic to burlap. And I used it anyway in this project, so I want to be careful not to touch it. I'm not severely allergic, I'm just allergic. So, all right, so there's burlap and then lace. It has a lace border, and I shredded it and distressed it and laid that down. And then I put another one of those Prima hearts that I made like chipboard thick, see? By layering it up and putting it on 110-pound cardstock. And then this one I sprayed with Tattered Angels. That's one of the reasons why my hands are covered in Tattered Angels. And that is the vintage one. So I made these, and they don't all look the same. Clearly I made some vintage ones, and I made some shabby ones, and I made some crepe paper ones too. The crepe paper ones look much more like the original video that inspired these. These really became my own innovation once I started fooling around with them. But I'm obsessed with these. So even though I can only make one a night and it caused me to stay up way too late tonight, I love making these. I don't know what it is about them. I mean, I figure they're an embellishment. The people who receive them can use them on a bag topper. Think how pretty these would be on a bag topper. They'd look great on a loaded envelope or a loaded bag. Oh, I saw so many uses for these. So I think they're a great embellishment to gift people. And again, I really made these really thick and backed them up with the chipboard. Both of them are backed up with chipboard on the back. I do think making things sturdy is worth the time and investment, but it does take a long time because it means using really good glue, being cautious. So like for instance, when I did this wrapping, I used a little hot glue to hold it in place, but then I reinforced it with EC6000. This is why this takes me so long, right? So I'm trying to make sure this stuff will last. Maybe it'll just end up on a bag topper and be used once and thrown away. But in case people want to use this for something like on a book that they might keep, I want to make sure it's not going to fall apart. I don't know if you all noticed earlier when I was showing you the prototype yesterday of the card. And thank you, guys. I'm glad you liked it. I like the prototype too. But you know what I learned when I was showing it to you? The adhesive I had used, which was super strong double-sided tape, had started to lift from the glitter paper. And I saw that in the video and I was like, oh no. And I don't edit my video, so I didn't have a screen up saying, I just noticed this is coming apart, I'm going to fix it. This is why I do all these prototypes, because by the time I get to this stage, I know this is going to hold up. Unless the postal person does something to it, these are going to hold up because I've tested all that. But that means I'm already slow, and when I'm taking this kind of care, I do one a night, folks. No wonder it takes me a month to do a swap, and that's working on it every day. One a month. I'm the slowest maker, but so much fun. All right, y'all. These were a joy to make, and if you have any questions, leave them below. I am going to catch up on comments. I already did a few tonight, and by this weekend I will be caught up. So if there's anything you'd like to know, I'm happy to answer it, and I will see you all much later after work. after work today. Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday.